Everybody, welcome to the Challenge Cup Finals for the SMB3 Warpless Tournament 2023. I'm Narfman Zero. We have our co-commentator, Mini Guy DP. Mini Guy, do you want to say hi?
Hey everyone, and how you doing all?
Thanks. So we have HighFlyer and Rhakor coming up. Sorry, pardon, Rhakor coming up. This will be excellent. I don't know if y'all been watching this channel for the last several hours, but we've had some very intense and amazing matches. And Rhakor's coming over a spree of, I think he had 2 wins just recently, just today. So we'll see him try to pull another like low 50s as he's already done. HighFlyer has been waiting, hopefully warming up, getting ready for the finals, but we're here and we're ready and we're all hyped and excited for HighFlyer. So let me check with some of these runners to see if we can get it kicked off. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll get back to you in just 1 minute.
Yeah, Rhakor taking being his third straight match for today. Hopefully his thumbs will hold up for this final round. Might need some ice after this, maybe.
Yeah, true. I guess Flyer's been all warmed up on the commentary while Rockor's been warmed up on his poor thumbs. So we'll wish both of the runners the best. I think we're chatting and we're getting ready. So just another minute or so.
I think warmed up is putting it lightly. His thumbs are probably more on fire right now, for lack of a better term.
So we have some fun symmetries for PBs from the runners. For Rhakor, we have a 53-52 PB, and for HighFlyer, we have a 52-53 PB. So they're pretty close. This should be a pretty good match for finals.
The minute barrier. If this match winds up to be a minute difference in the end, that's just got to be like, all right then, another kind of sync.
Nice. All right, we have the countdown and race time, so y'all keep an eye out, especially on HighFlyer's timer will count down, and then we'll get started. Good luck, have fun, runners.
GLHF. Emphasis on the F. Me, I'm going to say GLHSF. That's for super, I guess. That'll work.
So, okay, we might have a minor timing glitch here for HighFlyer, but both runners seem to have started, and we're going to see right off the bat what kind of safe strats we have and what kind of aggressive strats we have. So we see Rhakor going for the little pipe rub. There are a lot of good safe strats to save a little time, not take deaths early, and I like getting the consistency in. Mini Guy, what do you do for your aggressiveness in these kind of race situations?
Yeah, well, when going for PBs, I escaped the pipe rub, but otherwise, in a race setting, that's basically what I do. I guess the only difference I like to do is just do a full jump off the clouds on the top and just land on the Koopa. That's just what I'm used to doing.
Nice. Yeah, good call. So one of those coming up, we're going to see in the fort, the runners are going to try to grab a leaf and fly up to victory and the whistle above. If you miss the jump, then it takes about a 4-second time loss. So let's see if HighFlyer gets this little duck jump. He misses it. All right, so this will be a good opportunity for Rhakor. Rhakor takes damage, so that'll be a little more time. But he can pick up probably a shroom, go for a clip, and it's not a huge time. You have an extra room here. But I bet they'll be just within maybe 15 or 20 seconds of each other.
He elects to just go in the spike room and take it slow. Probably to let his thumbs rest just a little bit.
Nice, good little tactical chill strat. Now we'll see
Basically.
HighFlyer get to 1-6 pretty soon. In 1-6, there's quite a glorious leap over the void, and if you miss the leap, then we call it the belly flop into the void. That could be quite the time loss too. So let's keep an eye on HighFlyer's screen as he sails over that, and hope for the best. Meanwhile, Rhakor going into 5, it's like about a 1 level gap. 1-5 pretty notorious for lag frames. But we see, yeah, Rhakor just butt slides through those enemies. Fun fact, take a lot more computational cycles for the beetles going up the vertical slope. But it didn't seem to have much of a problem here for Rhakor.
That's a good thing. And one thing I like to do in 1-6 is to basically ensure you get P speed is I like to jump in between the 3rd and 4th brick right here, just like what Rhakor just did just now, and that seems to always give you P speed. I honestly don't know the science behind it, but that's what Teeks told me, and I've been using it ever since, and thanks, Teeks.
Nice, Teeks knows best. Yeah, we see both of them go for that, and no belly flops, so yay. And we're getting onto the airship for a good regular strat airship. Not a lot of routing differences. They got the Hammer Bro after 1-6, so they should get the same pattern from the final boss on the airship. I guess this is a good opportunity. I'll elaborate on how some of that RNG works. So we really want to time everything so that you get to the final boss chamber going down the pipe at the same time from exiting the last level. So you know to fire kill the boss, which saves a few seconds. Now HighFlyer takes a bummer bit of damage there. That is enough time to change the cycle for this Koopaling coming up. And we'll see how he deals with that as he enters the chamber right up here.
Yeah, will he wait or no? Just go straight in the pipe and see what happens. Got some diagonal Cheerios here from Larry. No
Nice,
problem for HighFlyer though.
Yep, that's awesome. Good little time save, doing a fire kill there. And Rhakor is not too far behind, so that should be fine.
Yeah, and if he's memorized the pattern for the world map movements beforehand, then he should know like what the pattern is here. Looks like he's good for fire kill and gets it.
Nice. Yep. Both clean fire kills, both coming out with fire. I'm sure they're feeling comfortable kind of settling into the race situation. In World 2, now we'll see some of that RNG might manifest itself a little more. So these Hammer Bros over to the right side, one of them has a hammer, and one of them has a music box. We see visibly a Hammer Bro with the music box. And we'll see both for routing and for RNG's sake if the runners opt to collect the Hammer Bro item from both the box. Almost everybody will want to get the hammer because we need to save time both in World 4 and World 6. But we'll see who opts to get the Dom box or who it's foisted upon.
Oh, the hammer goes right, so... sorry, the music box goes right. So, that gives chances for Dom box for HighFlyer. Unless it meets up with the other Hammer Bro and just brings the hammer over here for maybe an early hammer, but that very rarely happens, but we'll see. Oh, and Rhakor gets the music box going left. Advantage Rhakor
Nice.
there.
So yeah, we're seeing that RNG difference kind of manifest itself. Now, everybody will want the hammer, so I'm sure they'll want to collect that as early as possible. If that music box bro moves to the right, then that gives more opportunity to have to get the music box and more movement. So that's kind of time loss. Though we know which item the Hammer Bro is holding based on the direction he faces after he moves. So you might have noticed on Rhakor's screen that Hammer Bro faced right immediately after movement. He faced right. That means that's always the music box bro. So HighFlyer, if he's a student, remember, should always know which they are. Though it can feel a little intense, obviously, because you have to wait to move sometimes right after you beat a level.
Yeah, for sure. Hammer Bro movements are definitely on Rhakor's side right now, that's for sure. Just all set to avoid the music box voluntarily. If he gets the music box, it'll be voluntarily anyway.
Yeah, it's great that he has the option. That's set up perfectly.
If you get if you get early hammer before like before having to do 2 levels in World 2, then yeah, early hammer is faster. Than
Yeah, a typical early hammer. So there are like multiple tiers of early hammer. Also, they're not all created equal. But the
Yeah.
level in 4F1 takes about 24-25 seconds. So it's that fort. 4F1 takes about 25 seconds. The first level here that you could skip with early hammer, 2-3 takes about 28-29 seconds, and then the other two are another like 50 seconds or so. So you have a pretty hefty, even a post 2-3 early hammer, you'd save an extra like whatever 30 seconds or so over someone who did not get any early hammer. It's a huge difference.
Oh, looks like HighFlyer went for the music box.
Diesel Pilot asks a good question about launching in a tornado. So the only thing that I can think about why you wouldn't want to launch too high is your uncontrollable Y position might lend you more likely to be in front of a box that you have to turn back to jump over. So it could potentially be slower. So you might get launched so high you have no clue where you are, and you don't let go of A, and then you don't fall fast enough. Whereas if you just tap A, you don't get stuck in the tornado, but you always have the ability to jump over any upcoming tiles.
Yeah, if you get really unlucky, you might just land right on the sun too, I'm guessing.
Which would be truly tragic.
Yep. HighFlyer here, just breezing through the pyramid.
Nice.
Very clean, very clean.
So Rhakor skipped the box, and you said HighFlyer did pick up the music box? Maybe?
Yeah, he basically went there on the way and did level 4, and it was pretty economic map movement as well. No extra movements necessary at all.
Nice. So we'll see what routing decisions HighFlyer comes up with after that. A lot of times, runners will opt to use the music box on both the World 4 and World 5 bros in that situation. Now, they don't have a P-Wing usually for 6-9. We can do a wall jump over. That's like the most generous place to take usage of the P-Wing. While we'll see maybe Rhakor will gamble to get a P-Wing in World 4 or World 5.
Yeah, and either make you need to do a clip in 7-6 or a wall jump in 6-9.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a risk reward. So you can save some time. In World 4, it's about 10 seconds. In World 5, it's about 12 seconds. But then you have to do some very tricky clips that are like frame and subpixel perfect generally. 6-9 is not exactly frame perfect, but it's subpixel perfect, which is very complex.
Yeah, it's quite a risky strat, especially during a race.
For sure.
You see that being done a lot more in Rando than Warpless, from what I've seen. Alright, HighFlyer going for the fire kill, super clean. No issues there. Not at all.
Yeah, we get the nice pattern for both of them, really. So not a lot exciting happening there. Rhakor cleans it up too. Take a little longer, but come out clean.
Yeah, the second and the third and fourth fireballs from Rhakor's side kind of went right by Morton, so he had to do 2 extra pretty much.
So entering World 3 now, we have a pretty trivial level that players will just swim over. But then we have a terrible level that nobody likes, is always nerve-wracking, 3-2. So it's very tricky to get your P-speed early and maintain it. But there is an alternate, safer strat where you can walk. It's still tough, though. Now, the trick in 3-2 that we'll have to watch out for is the Cheeps in the water jump so fast, and Mario can be falling, depending on how the runners do it, so fast the other way that their collision boxes flip over each other, and the game just decides that Mario's inside the fish and takes damage. So, I don't know. What do you think we're going to see from the strats here, Mitty Guy?
Let's see. I'm thinking HighFlyer will probably do... Oh, he's going for P-Speed, actually. Alright, so... Crazy thing is, when you go for P-Speed, you aim for the Cheeps when they're, like, going downwards at the same time as you, if you time it just right, so it's actually less risky in that regard. And when you do it with this strat, it is more risky in terms of stomping on the cheaps. Unless you can like aim to stomp on them when they're really high, then it's a little less risky since they're not going up as fast when they're jumping.
Yeah, true. And we see just both exemplified really well. So HighFlyer goes for the P-speed strat. Didn't keep it, but then after losing P-speed, he stayed a little higher just to avoid that kind of collision detection problem. Rhakor, on the other hand, took the much safer no P-speed and didn't have as close issues with the cheap. So getting out of there with fires, very nice. So they can hopefully fire kill Wendy or the Boom Boom. However, Rhakor will have to pick up fire elsewhere. We'll see.
All right. Will we see door 3? Nope. Okay. Door. I'm gonna call this one the everyone's door. Everyone.
Door 6 strats. Let's go. Easy every time.
Yeah. Now will Rhakor go for door 3? Let's see. 3, 2, nope. Okay. Alright, HighFlyer going for the hammer here.
So HighFlyer collecting hammer. You'll notice viewers, if you're looking at the overall map, you see an in-spade card game in the very top right. That precludes Hammer Bros from moving on to that tile, which means we cannot get Runaway Bros. So normally in the game, this is where I start waxing eloquent about how the Hammer Bros control you by moving off to the right and then messing up the cycles of the bridge. But since we're in the finals, runners have opted to use this tournament ROM that we've created that avoids that completely. It can be such a huge bummer in time swing if you get that RNG, but we don't have to worry about that here.
As HighFlyer goes and tries to snipe Lakitu, but it kind of goes over his head a little bit. Just a little bit.
Nice.
But no matter.
Flyer. Rhakor picking up the fire in 3-4, so this will help both with collecting the Hammer Bros items, and it's just a nice emotional security for the subsequent levels. You're really going to want to carry fire throughout 3-9, throughout Wendy, who is the Koopaling for World 3, because she's very, very, very challenging if you don't have Fire Flower, but fire makes it much, much easier. Still not trivial, still pretty tricky, but as long as you time it right, you should be fine.
Yeah, if you get the fireballs towards Wendy just right, you can take her down like in one moving to the left cycle, basically. So, will we see an ace jump? Yes, very nice. Clean. So far, no major hiccups from either runner overall. Just little things here and there. Alright. Rhakor going for H as well. We've seen double H. We are seeing double H here. Very nice.
Nice. Good job, runners. Yeah, pretty clean World 3, I agree. You love to see it in a tournament setting. I think HighFlyer just managing to keep that little bit of a lead that he gained earlier. But Rhakor really trying to keep up, not giving him any slack in Worlds 2 and 3. So looking good.
Well, gotta keep up with the today's tradition for Rhakor. Get World 3's gotta be tight all 3 times. That's a lot of 3 there. Alright, we're on the airship here on the way to Wendy. I'd say we got I didn't check the timer, but let's see. I'm just gonna go by when that screw appears. So 25 when that screw appears right there. So we'll see what time that is for Rhakor afterwards, and just see what the difference in time is. Looking to be about 25 to 30 seconds, I think. No, 25 now. Yeah, 51. So they are about 26 seconds apart right now.
Nice, cleanish fire kill from HighFlyer.
Yeah.
We're also going into World 4. Now, World 4 has a lot of great strategies. A lot of the strategies throughout all of SMB3, honestly, involve fire. So you don't want to have Leaf because it slows you down. It's almost like the air brakes every time Mario jumps. And then you get some other tricks, especially we'll see in World 4, you want to keep fire to do things like in 4-2, you can kill a particular Koopa and maintain speed to despawn enemies. So 4-4 and kind of on, it gets a little more important to maintain your power-up status.
Yeah.
So we'll see how we do. In 4-2, again, we're going to see the runners try to... oh, and we're in 4-1. Sorry. We just jumped on my screen. So there's also a very tricky P-speed build in 4-1.
Ooh!
HighFlyer gets the early P-speed, gets the tough part, but then takes that damage. So we'll see how HighFlyer does that despawn in 4-2 without fire. There's a pretty tricky strat to grab multiple throw blocks to kill one of the piranhas that comes out and run through a second to maintain speed, but let's keep an eye on that. Rhakor, meanwhile, does a bottom strat and keeps firepower, so that'll be nice. Gain some time on HighFlyer, probably.
Yeah, probably like a second or two, I'm guessing. Even though he bounced on the green Koopa at the end there. And he'll probably gain a wee little bit of time on HighFlyer in this level here if he manages to despawn. Oh, looking good. Oh, but falls in the water. So, roughly the same.
Despawn. I bet that throw block had just a few frames left on it before despawning, but yeah, Rhakor showing that despawn strat. We see HighFlyer going through everybody's favorite World 4 level. Very clean, tight platforming, good speed running level after you get like a certain amount of use to it. We'll see the opposite of everybody's favorite World 4 level, everybody's most hated World 4 level, 4-4, which is where HighFlyer is going, which can be pretty tricky, especially small. So we're going to really want HighFlyer to maintain his Big Mario power-up status.
Yeah, it's going to be a good assurance for 4-4, just to survive. Small turn back from Rhakor in 4-3, but makes it through. Doesn't cost him that much. Here we go, 4-4 time. Will 4-4 do 4-4 things or not?
Now we love to get the P-speed up top. If we don't get the P-speed, we have Lakitu Spinies at unfortunate patterns. So we're going to see HighFlyer try to ninja dodge some of those Spinies. And while taking damage, we're thankful that HighFlyer does get there at the end at all. Probably see HighFlyer pick up some power-ups, though, yeah, it's all kind of time accumulations of needing to go significantly slower in 4-6 and needing to pick up fire in the fort. So we'll see how much time Rhakor can pick up here on the airship.
Yeah, Rhakor just used his music box rather early. Is that the star and the P-wing right there? No, he skipped the cloud.
Yeah, Rhakor got extra interesting bro movements. So he had two bros on the right side, and I did not notice which direction they were facing, though I imagine one of those bros is probably the star because we don't ever really see that P-wing bro jet off, usually, unless he got a lot of terrible movements I didn't notice.
Yeah, so Rhakor's going to have to do an extra stage later on. We'll see if dodging all the bros helps him out in the long run. For now, he's in the lead, but we'll see how it goes later on there.
Now, HighFlyer is picking up all the bros in World 4, so that will be, a lot of time allocated to the bros, given that HighFlyer got the music box, though he has P-Wing, so that'll be safe, and getting a lot of items, probably just for safety strats in a race is good. Yeah, on the other hand, we see for Rhakor, okay, so the one to the right on the kind of the bottom side is definitely going to be one you want. And we'll see if he picks up the P-Wing over there. And he gets the cloud. Nice. So he can... Oh, no. Now he'll have to...
He got chased. He got chased down by... I'm not sure which bro that was. The star bro.
Yeah, so this is kind of the worst situation where Rhakor uses the box and then has to fight both of the bros anyways, after all. So it's kind of like a complete waste.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Rhakor elects to do. From this situation, probably the fastest, though it is, again, risk-reward. Rhakor might elect to... Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's all speculation, really.
Yeah.
There is another music box in World 5, or Rhakor it kind of a gamble toss-up is you can use a P-Wing in 5-1 to get a music box, though that route is not something usually people go for in a tournament, and then can skip the bros in World 5, who sum up to be about 24 seconds total, so that's like kind of a lot of time. Though then you have to play with Leaf, or what? We'll see.
Yes, so yeah, you'd be the losing the fire curl on the boom boom in 5F1. Amongst other things.
Yeah, and it makes 5-5 is much harder with Big Mario, and then we pick up fire in 5-7 and use a star. So that's a lot riskier, though it's probably the most time. And then alternatively, yeah, Rhakor could just gamble and hope that he just picks up a P-Wing in World 5.
Yeah, here's to hoping that they switch just the right way and that he doesn't have to do the star bro.
Yep. Though, similar on HighFlyer side, he rounded up all the bros in World 4 too, so.
Yeah, it's a shame for Rhakor with the music box usage, because he went back and got the cloud first. Had the bros moved just the right way, he might have been able to just get away with just getting that. Though actually, come think of it, there's no way that other bro would have went right, because it was a finished stage on the other side. So that was inevitable that particular bro was going to come to him afterwards.
Yeah, that was just really unfortunate RNG. So HighFlyer whips up. Good to keep fire throughout World 5. You can't get it until 5-7, so that'll be nice. HighFlyer want to hold on to that. HighFlyer also has boxes for World 5, so that should be a pretty straightforward routing for HighFlyer. And let's see Rhakkor's fire kill.
Well, let's see how well it goes.
This boss is known to do the big ups, very similar to the Cheep Cheeps, actually. It is sure tragic when runners elect in a tournament setting to try to stomp kill him and take damage. Just really shameful, even if you die to it. But we've seen it. We've seen it before. But Rhakor gets out, and runners also just with really nice coin count. It's important to avoid the coin ships. By the way, so you get a coin ship if you have a coin count of multiple of 11, and the tens place in your score match that coin count. And by getting a nice coin count coming out of World 4, you really help World 5 P-Wing Bro or Box Bro not grant you that coin chip.
Yeah. Also, we didn't mention about World 4 Airship being the zone of dad jokes, but it looks like one of our viewers did not forget about that, and we have one here. I've been telling people about the benefits of eating dried grapes. Raising awareness. Oh, so much raisin there. So much raisin.
Nice.
I just feel it going up in the world. Alright then, here we go. Rhakor in 5-2. Elected to bounce on said note block onto the Koopa. That's basically the strat I like to use. HighFlyer putting the bros to sleep here. And looking for to skip that. And doing some PSP strats in 5F1. Plenty clean. I just realized both runners have the exact same coin count right now.
Yeah, I think they got the same nice coin count on the World 4 Airship, and then they happened to get the same coins in 5-1.
It's almost deja vu. Almost.
So you see HighFlyer on the left doing the tower. The tower is a long, tricky level. You have to go left and right and to and fro. Not even the holy and just direction to the right of most platforming in Mario. So we're seeing HighFlyer maintain P-speed hopefully as long as possible, even with some tight jumps and stuff. Yeah, HighFlyer doing a great job.
Ooh, even with the bonk, he still maintains P-speed so far. And especially this last room, it's possible to maintain P-speed right there, but really not easy at that point. And 279 in the pipe. Pretty dang good.
Yep, pretty respectable, GG. Now, at this other section in World 5 is when some race nerves start to set in. So we see HighFlyer going through 5-4. Any missed jump there is straight to the pit of doom. We see the animated spinners. They cause a lot of input lag, and if you were to press A on one of those lag frames, and only for those lag frames, then Mario would not
Yeah.
jump, and you would have a sad time down into the void. So we're
I
glad
know the
HighFlyer
feeling.
didn't. There are other opportunities for that later in World 5, and we'll have to check how Rhakor does. Ooh, HighFlyer getting the P-Speed as well.
Ooh, really
Which
nice.
is very tricky.
Very clean 5-5 there.
Rhakor took damage, so that's a bummer. So we'll see if Rhakor knows to use the star for 5-7 to pick up fire. It can be a pretty tricky grab, and it's a swing of time if the P-Speed is not maintained. So we'll see. Maybe mercifully, though, HighFlyer also doesn't get P-Speed in 5-7, so maybe that'll be a good equalizer.
Yeah, I think HighFlyer had some muscle memory from actually having to use star and going for the fire flower.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty different. I'd say the star strat is harder. However, if you're used to it one way, it's definitely a level of difficulty where you don't get it for free. It's non-trivial. World 5 also, we see the opportunity for a lot of movements of 4. So every time the Hammer Bro moves on the map, each one segment is about half a second. And World 5 is a lot of times we'll see the Bro kind of move left and down of the fort, and you get a movement of 4. So that's 2 seconds. So every time they do that, that's like 1.5 seconds gone forever collectively from all our lives. So I'm happy to see. Well, I haven't noticed it yet, so we'll hope that does not happen for Rhakor here next, coming out of this level.
Hey, cross your fingers. Oh no, Rhakor's fine.
Oh, okay. I guess the Bro is up a tile. So that'll be really nice, though. Yeah, so P-Wing 5-7, I think the idea there is you get P-Speed, and he can damage boost through that first Koopaling and pick up similar to the Star Strat. But then, obviously, we'll have to see where he uses the P-Wing in the future, because remembering what he's gotten so far, I'm not sure that he has an extra P-Wing for 6-9 and 7-6. Did we notice, did Rhakor go for the P-Wing Bro in World 5?
Geez, I'm honestly not sure. I know we got it in World 4, that's for sure, because he got all 3 after going back. But World 5, I honestly cannot remember anymore. Alright, Roy's airship for HighFlyer.
So HighFlyer definitely has the items that are needed for P-Winging. Rhakor, I'm not sure. I think he'll have to wall jump 6-9 at the very least.
Looks like HighFlyer just barely missed the poop block, I think. Oh well. Let's see if Rhakor can get it. Or the silver block. I saw a silver block once. I have no idea when you're supposed to hit it for that.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of frames later. So we see, especially on HighFlyer's screen on the right side, as it's auto-scrolling, the different colored blocks tiles loading.
Oh, okay.
For Rhakor, if the tile that is currently loading is one of those wooden tiles, when he hits the coin block, it turns brown. So let's see if he gets that.
Okay, so that's how it works. Oh, yeah, there
Nice.
we go.
GG, Rhakor. This guy. HighFlyer getting the World 5 airship fire kill. That's a good pattern to know. It saves a couple seconds, so that's a good one. Nice clean fire kill there. HighFlyer.
Yeah, I have no idea what the pattern for Rhakor is going to be. Can't remember if he had Hammer Bros on the world map before the airship. And then there's also the menuing that has a factor as well to use the cloud.
Yeah, I don't have the audio. I think it was a movement of 2, but then his menuing was a little tricky, so he might have to just wait just a bit and get a movement of 4 fire kill, which is pretty feasible. But we'll see. HighFlyer is going to go into a fort here very soon. Now in this fort, we're going to probably want to see... Rhakor gets a troll pattern, so bummer, no fire kill. But he'll stomp pretty well. So HighFlyer is going to go into this fort with, hopefully, fire. And turns out it's faster from fire to damage boost some of the spikes to enter the next segment much faster. So we'll probably see HighFlyer do a big, glorious leap over the lava onto some spikes. And that should be intentional, don't worry. But let's see if he does it well. Alright, tournament strats, no jumping, but we will take the damage, so that looks good. that can be, if you do not jump properly and you brush up against the wall, you cannot jump up there just from standing still Mario. So you really have to time that jump. So good job to HighFlyer for not dying.
It looks like we're gonna get a bro here. And there we go, upside down orb.
Nice. And then with Star, we give damage to Boom Boom every single frame. It goes so fast that we blow through his health. We get the fancy upside down orb. So bravo.
Now, one of the only... I'd say this level becomes easier for small Mario, if you ask me.
Yeah, it sets us up well, and then we all need to use a P-Wing in the next level anyways. So you'll see two options on the overworld map, 6.5 and 6.6, and one is just a terrible, long water underground level, 6.6, so the P-Wing makes this easy. Now we will have to look for something. Again, a despawn is coming up, so as long as you clip some enemies and or get a throw block at a perfect time, one of the munchers later in the level, which is very important to getting through and ending, will despawn. Ooh, and we get the double D from HighFlyer. Both of those nippers are gone.
Nice. Also, Rhakor got very close to taking take a 100 coin fine just now, as his star ran out just before the Boom Boom, and he was under the Boom Boom after stomping the first time. That was a bit scary for Rhakor there.
Oh man, yeah, those bro battles are terrifying.
Ooh,
good dodge from Rhakor, using those ninja reflexes that we come to know and love about Rhakor.
The spinner was like, yeah, the spinner was like, here you go, I'll help out just a little bit.
Oh yeah, Brandon also points out that Rhakor didn't get the whistle in 1F, so the inventorying is all weird and different. I guess it's convenient though that Rhakor doesn't have to worry about whistling and having to restart in the world from which they whistled, so that's kind of convenient. Ooh, Rhakor going for the super try-hard tricky despawn. Oh no, we get both munchers, that's a bummer. Well, it's probably only a few seconds wasted. It looked like it was fine. If I were to guess, maybe Rhakor let go of B a little too long. I didn't notice where the actual issue came, but y'all saw the two nippers there, so proven that despawn is a thing. Indeed.
That was basically East Extreme. One despawned both, and the other didn't despawn any. Alright, let's hope this level treats HighFlyer better than Ice Ball on the previous match.
Oh no. Yeah, grabbing the extra safety, throw block. We see Rhakor electing to collect the hammer suit, so this will give like basically a free Bowser fire kill later. So I'm sure Rhakor will want to use that before Bowser's Castle.
Yeah, he's been using the hammer suit on from 6.5 strat each race, so at this point it was almost a given to get that he was going to go for that.
Nice. Oh, that makes sense. Brand Diesel. So I think Brand Diesel's offering some insight into the P-Wing in 5.7. So a star would have been right next to a P-Wing, and it's possible that Rhakor was using pretty quick inventory movements.
Yeah, based on where the
inventory to P-Wing.
Yeah, based on where the whistle would normally be. So
yeah, and a star would do a very similar thing. Wouldn't need a damage boost, so that makes sense. Yeah, thanks for that insight, Brand Diesel. We'll see. I think Rhakor is probably going to do the wall jump on 6.9, while HighFlyer we saw equip a P-Wing and fly right over it. So, but we'll see. Maybe Rhakor has something up their sleeves.
Yeah, you saw Rhakor in a way. You could say Rhakor was practicing for the wall jump by getting into a pixel during the Boom Boom fight. But yeah, oh dear. Okay. Rhakor just gotta go and get the ice block and say, no, I'm not gonna try jump over these guys. Nope.
Nice. It always feels like a success when you don't die, right? I love the part where we don't die in speedruns.
Yeah, that part's always a ouch factor. Especially when ×4 happens on that.
And I did see the other P-Wing, so Rhakor must have picked up a P-Wing in World 5. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Either way, there is another P-Wing there, and we get another P-Wing at the end of World 6. So Rhakor's good. No more 7.6. All the clips are fine except for 7.1, which is a big deal breaker usually.
Yeah. HighFlyer might be ahead by, I'm guessing like a minute or so right now, but 7.1 is still around. So We'll see what happens at this point.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe 2.5 levels. Now we'll see, speaking of the clip, HighFlyer on the left. After this Koopaling fight, I suspect HighFlyer will try to do brief little one-frame taps on the directional pad to manipulate Mario's subpixel to work, hopefully, for first try for whatever strat HighFlyer likes to go for.
Yeah.
We have 0 to 16 are the available subpixels, and
Yeah.
depending on if you want to duck or stand, you can have like 2 or like 5 or 6. Oh, yeah, and HighFlyer is doing a kind of a safe strat to pick up the whistle. That's a good strat in his position to do for the standing clip. So we'll see and hope that HighFlyer gets first try standing clip. Let's go easy every time. And we'll see what Rhakor does as well.
Yeah, I've seen HighFlyer do the manip set method. He likes to take his time there right where the wand is to get the manip just right.
Yeah, that's a good investment. Again, it's all kind of risk rewards. That investment of maybe a second or two to at least guarantee you have the subpixel, that's just one nice thing to not have to worry about. Now, we still have to see really good timing from HighFlyer, but it helps with one of those variables. Yeah, a little early on HighFlyer's side for that jump. That one's a little late, but I'm sure HighFlyer will get there eventually. All of World 7 is very tricky, by the way. So we're entering like a little bit higher stress area for the runners. We'll probably see some trickiness come up. With 7-2, for example, there's another kind of equally large time chunk jumping over this big pit between two pipes. If you miss the P-speed or the jump, it's a good 20-30 seconds gone forever. So let's check out how HighFlyer does in 7-2. I think we have stars for 7-2 to get the easy P-speed, but you do have to jump off screen. It's still not free, so let's see.
Yeah. Oh, and you gotta make sure you can get P-speed as well, but it's... Okay, HighFlyer's gonna go with the next strats for P-speed here. Probably got a damage boost right there to keep it. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, all of that time loss is insignificant next to getting over the pit. That's really what you want to do is get over that pit. So HighFlyer gets over it and no problem.
Diesel Pilot here suggesting next turn you have an anti-clip patch. I could make things interesting. 7-1, here we come.
7-1 will be the new best cloud option.
Yeah, that's actually gonna change up strats a lot with the clouds.
Yeah, no more clouding 7-9. Sorry, folks.
And
yo, Rhakor. Look at Rhakor. Look at this guy. What is these? What is this with the 7-1? Man, GG Rock. I bet Rhakkor's feeling so good right now.
That is.
Y'all.
Comeback City. It's a beautiful city.
Rhakor is just like sitting on a throne of joy right now.
Yep.
It just made the whole race.
Yeah, and also getting P-speed with the star in 7-2, making it through that. Yeah, Rhakor's making up some time here.
Yeah, for sure. 7 is such a complex, execution-heavy world. Great opportunities to get some time saves.
Yep. I still wonder if Rhakor feels like he's behind. Wonder if he's going to do any other risky strats. I doubt we'll see 7-7 clip, but you never know.
It'd sure be a shame if we try to save a whole bunch of time in 7-7.
Indeed. And also, we're on 7-3 right now. Unless you die, but, you know. That spike, that spiny jump, though, always scares me. It's always so close.
Oh, yeah. Always tricky. All right, HighFlyer just flew to victory. Now is a terrible trio of levels, including 7-8. If you take a little spill, especially right here, this first jump, HighFlyer does really well. But we're going to want to try to either collect item. I believe HighFlyer is a hammer kind of guy, but so it makes 7-8 a little easier. But after probably clouding over 7-9, it gets really, 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 really important to not die in the fort, number one. Number two, we're going to want to try to keep Hammer Suit on HighFlyer's side the whole time. This won't be nearly as important for Rhakor. In fact, since he got the suit in World 6, he probably will not go for Hammer Strat, but we'll see. We'll have to... It's really, really, really expensive. Any death here in 7F2 is an instant flip of who's ahead because we lose the cloud and we have to play 7-9. Okay, actually HighFlyer just going through. Maybe HighFlyer will actually cloud the fort and hope to keep Hammersuit the whole time.
Yeah, either that or he's going to... Oh, well, that's a different kind of clip right there. Nice. I'm guessing HighFlyer is either going to cloud 7F2 or 8F1, but considering race, it's probably going to be 7F2.
Oh, nice. That's true. Yep, 7F2 is a much more execution-heavy fort. Rhakor getting through 7-8 safe with the Leaf and Star. You always like to see it. And if...
Oh.
Okay, HighFlyer going in. So we're going to want to try to keep the Hammersuit here. And... Okay, and the Star's nice safe strat. And then if HighFlyer takes damage... So we're having a cloud, which I suspect HighFlyer would want to use for 8F. Now, if HighFlyer takes damage, though, it's tricky where HighFlyer would want to pick up firepower, because 8F is the usual backup for fire. So we're really going to want HighFlyer to keep that Hammersuit.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, he fared pretty good in 7F2, and no real hiccups at all there. Oh, but speaking of which, oh, I feel like I just did commentator's curse there. Ouch! That hurts Rhakor right there, big time.
Yeah, there it is. So we have in the bag, we have HighFlyer saving another about 42 seconds due to the cloud in 8F, and then Rhakor just lost the cloud and now has to play the level after all. So that's like a 1+ minute swing, which is really unfortunate. But remember that you got first try 7-1 Rhakor. Never forget.
That is Rhakor wins. That's it. Rhakor wins first try every time. Put in the confetti. Use the birthday whistles or whatever they're called.
The ta-da emoji is always what I visualize.
Yep, that definitely works too. And we got the what's that? A dark turquoise block. Always fun to see.
All right, round number 2 for Rhakor. Let's see if we make the jump. There you go. Yeah. Nice. The second part of the room, while still intense, is not nearly as scary as the first.
For sure. Though when you're small, it well, I mean, if you go there big, you just damage boost. Basically, you do the same as you do in Rando. Alright, I'm gonna compare for the King Wong grabs and see what their time difference is. But my guess is probably about 2 minutes or so, I'd have to guess.
Sure, that sounds about right. A lot of times, I kind of conceptualize this as being something like 2 minutes and 15 seconds or so total.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's a little chunk, not impossible, but it's tough. HighFlyer got the sub-pixel for a wall jump that could lead to an off-screen Wong grab, but did not, sadly, tragically, did not jump on the frame in which he could wall jump to get that. Very close though. I love the passion HighFlyer.
Oh yeah, wanted to ride the wall just right, but the wall was having none of it. So HighFlyer had the Wong grab at 39, 44-39. So we'll see what the difference is when Rhakor grabs the wand.
Nice. So again, both players being on the turning ROM, hands will not be a factor. We will see the next screen on the overworld is definitely not cursed. Totally. That the hand levels are just gone completely.
Yeah, there's just a lot of butter there now. Like, we just used all the grease. Just covering them up. Hands are suffering a lot. It's like, they're like, sticky hands, I guess. I can't believe it's butter.
Yep, we just needed to provide extra grease for the runners for the final rounds in the tournament. So we see HighFlyer a little minor. I don't know if that was intentional, but this is a good opportunity for some D-lag strats. So to save just maybe a few lag frames, we might see runners killing the bombs before they start exploding. That animation takes quite a lot of the CPU of that poor little 6502 in the Nintendo. Rhakor getting a little swag kill over there. So especially here, HighFlyer might start sacrificing some of the bombs and saving some frames.
Yeah. And we had a 46-26 wand grab from Rhakor, which means is a 1 minute and 47-second difference, I believe. Quite a ways, but it's still not over yet.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
The only downside to having Hammer here is that you don't have any chances for Wrangless there.
True. So that is a time difference. Also keep in mind, HighFlyer has a cloud for the roughly 42-second ADEF.
Also, I forgot about that.
Grant him the ability to not take damage there after what should hopefully be a clean 8-1 and 8-2, which are all tricky. Everything's tricky left. The auto-scrollers, The Air Force, I guess, maybe a little tricky, but 8-1 and 8-2 are going to be the big milestones for HighFlyer here. And then Bowser's Castle, obviously.
Yep, pretty much. Especially, you can get trolled real hard in A2. So, Sun can come down for a party at any time.
Yeah. So to control the cycles for the Sun, you have to play like very, very consistently and quickly. If you do that, then you can jump at certain places and it doesn't matter. Of course, with Hammer Suit, you can just throw a hammer at the Sun and 360 no-scope it out of existence. But if your timing's off, if you miss the shot, that could spell bad news. Rhakor will be extra tricky because you can't 360 no-scope the Sun with fire, unfortunately. I guess it doesn't appreciate, it's not like a hydrogen bomb from Myra's firepower.
Well, you can't, you can't really fight fire with fire here. It just makes more fire, I guess.
Nope. No, you can only do that underwater, shooting fireballs underwater, because that makes sense.
Yep.
Points for consistency. So let's see, HighFlyer, how many hands we gonna get? I don't know.
Nintendo logic. Let's go.
Oh snap! No hands. What?
No 0 hands hype in the chat. They were there, I think.
Can we get the 1 out of 64 probability of both runners getting no hands?
If that happens, we gotta break out the air horns or something.
Yeah. So again, reiterating, runners are probably going to want to keep their current power-ups throughout the rest of the run, through and including Bowser. So, especially HighFlyer with the Hammer Suit, though Rhakor has a Hammer Suit in his inventory for Bowser's Castle also from World 6, so maybe less of a huge deal for Rhakor.
Yeah, as long as Rhakor doesn't die, he should be okay. Clean wise.
Yeah.
Though speaking of clean runs overall, HighFlyer is on a pretty dang good pace just overall. If this was a non-tourney ROM, I think he'd have a chance to PB here.
Oh wow, that's amazing. And recall his World 4, I believe he picked up all the bros. So with picking up the Dom Box and all the bros, if he wanted to do PB attempts, he could elect to maybe get the Dom Box and none of the bros, like a 20-second swing, or skip the Dom Box and the start bro in World 4, and that's a 22-second swing. So that's a lot of good playing in a tournament setting for HighFlyer.
Yeah. On second thought, though. No, I think this is still PB material. I think.
Yeah, it's close enough given all the RNG and everything.
Ooh, nice clean 2-2 there. Very nice. Oh, apparently he yelled. I wonder why. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a bummer. So no 42-second time save for HighFlyer.
No,
But that's
no.
okay. I think he has the time to do it. We will want to not take damage, though.
Yep, for sure. Well, still having a clean fort. Extra level, but at least it's clean. Did not let the oversight get the best of his execution at all. Don't know if he's watching the restream, but my guess is probably not.
Yeah, good thing HighFlyer didn't use that cloud very intentionally for the next new game plus run. Doing the run back. Farming clouds for the future. Cap them.
Indeed. Well, they get all replaced by P-Wings, so what can you do there? Though, that would actually be an interesting feature to have if 2-lap races would be a thing where you just disable all the P-Wings coming, but you just keep your items from the previous run. That could make for interesting strategies.
Fun ideas.
Yeah, brain's percolating here. Interesting ideas, for sure.
Alright, Rhakor doing the hill climb. We'll touch and go on the P-speed, but I think Rhakor's going to get out of there without any sun damage, so that's always nice.
Yep.
Not even a fanfare.
No,
Definitely avoiding the 3rd star.
No sands of shame this time around.
Nope. Only sands of victory for these runners.
The sands of a good time.
Yep.
Right here, Rhakor in the fort here. Wasn't able to get early P-speed, but that's alright. We're getting regular P-speed here.
Yeah, so you're passing the HighFlyer's PB already, and that's pretty close. I mean, that's like what you were saying, right? So it'll be within a minute,
Yeah.
which is pretty good given all the extra kind of bro and tournament stuff, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. How long does the 8th fort take overall? Like 50 seconds or something like that?
Fort with fire takes about 42 seconds. I think with hammer
Oh.
it's like 40 seconds.
Oh, okay. Oh! Ooh. Well, that statue is just you shall not pass right now.
Yeah, that's the perfect height statue where you can't just do a standing Mario jump to get on top, so... they just love to, Miyamoto, I guess, love to troll you right there at the very end, right before Bowser, with some difficulty. So HighFlyer wins this round. GG to HighFlyer. Bowser's down. There's no other obstacle between HighFlyer and victory. So GG to HighFlyer.
GG to HighFlyer. This one was a good race overall. And he'll be finishing with a 54:04, at least based on the timer there. But oh, it is a 54:04. Okay, yeah. And then it's looking like a I'm thinking a 56 for Rhakor here or so. I don't know, this could be a 55, actually.
And Rhakor will have the... Yeah, Rhakor cleanly using all the inventory, and the hammer suit should yield a sub 56, so looking good.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much what it's looking like here.
With fire, I think Bowser Castle's about 58 seconds. With hammer, I want to say it's about 51 seconds, maybe. So it should be...
Yeah. Oh!
Nice casual clip into the statue.
Yeah, that is an every Sunday clip there, I guess we'll call it. That statue just gave both runners the business.
Yeah. Yeah, again, points for consistency statue. And yeah, Rhakor again defeats the final obstacle, which is Bowser. Nothing stopping Rhakor between here and a sweet finish. GG Rhakor.
Get the GG's in the chat.
Yo, HighFlyer joins us. HighFlyer.
Hey.
How are you feeling?
Thank you. I feel really silly for forgetting about the cloud.
Nice. We had a fun running commentary from someone saying they hear you, and then we try to like reverse engineer what must have happened. So yeah, the cloud's a bummer, but you did a great job in the fort nonetheless.
Yeah, it's weird because of the extra stars I had. I was like, okay, I'll just use a star in the fort, and it just didn't click in my mind when I opened the inventory because it was all the way to the right. And usually I'm not used to having all that inventory, especially with the turning run. So I just didn't look. And then by the time when I pressed A, I was like, crap. And then I just laughed it off. I was like, whatever.
Yeah. We all got those moments, especially in Rando at times. I've lost count of how many times I've forgotten to equip the Hammer Bro suit or something that I had for Bowser in a Rando race. Yeah. But no, GG's. That was an overall pretty clean run, I'd have to say, from what I remember. No crazy issues happened. I know you had to fight all 3 bros in World 4, I believe. And
yeah, I don't remember why I ended up doing that. To be quite honest, I think I wanted to just get the P-Wing, bro, but then it got in my way, and I was like, I'll just take it and just hope for the skip in World 5, and I was like, yeah, of course he gets in my way, so...
Bros be bros.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to farm some of those power-ups necessarily in World 4. At least the bros are a little shorter to fight the 10 seconds over 12 seconds. But look who we have, GG Rhakor. Welcome. How are you doing, Rhakor?
Rhakor.
I want to sleep.
Understandable. That World 4 was definitely pretty interesting right there. So I thought
No, we don't talk about that.
I thought you were gonna get away with it at one point with going back and getting exactly the cloud, and then you got chased.
No. In the moment I pressed A, I was like, yeah, fuck. Sorry. Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, we've totally 100% been there with you, Rhakor, too. Right when you did it, in my little Narfman heart, I was like, no, we know.
I also thought I fought the Dombox because the 2 matches before I fought it, and this time I skipped it, and I thought I had it in my inventory.
And you've been doing a marathon of matches, so it's holding it together that whole time. It's definitely a challenge, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just want to sleep. I'm awake way too long.
Well, you made it through.
11 p.m. So yeah.
Well, you made it through. You were a trooper all the way to the end.
Well, it was okay till I wanted the gold in World 7. Like, I never got first try 7-1 after I learned new strats. That's why I played the castle or the fort.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I wanted the gold, and then I didn't press A or something. No idea. Yeah.
On your first go, I guess you got an Eaton input or something like that, and just sailed straight for the Ragu.
It was tremendously close to just like a perfect World 7, though, for that route, Rhakor. I think it was like the last jump pretty much that you could possibly die, like before that Piranha. So that was super sweet.
Yeah.
We were pogging pretty hard, Rhakor.
Yeah, I for some reason, like the whole time I'm tapping right, but I want this I want subpixel 15. Why am I pressing right? And then I saw I think I got subpixel 1. Cause I never did the duck jump in 7-1.
No, it was a standing clip, yeah.
I never did, I duck jumped 7-1.
Nice. Well, great.
Yeah, I never.
No, 7-1.
I think I got Did I got subpixel 1?
Not sure.
I think I tapped right. I'm so stupid. I wanted to get subpixel 15 and then pressing right. That stupid. And then I think I got topics one and was like, yeah, let's go duck jump. And then I got it first one was like, yeah, well, what the fuck?
Damn. When it works, I guess, at that point. You just roll with it.
Yeah, happy result.
Yeah. In Rando, that you can't depend on any minips at all. Unless you just remembered. Just got lucky, I guess, but yeah.
I mean, you can go for them at every wand grab. You just have to hope at that point.
Yeah.
Or at the orb grab.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll have to try and make that a habit, maybe. I don't know.
I actually do. If you ever rewatch my races, usually I'll be going for them. You'll just see Mario just tap a little bit. I mean, I don't think I ever get them, but I think it's just luck at that point.
Gotcha. But no, this was a good race. It was a fun watch. It was fun to come on this. I've been wanting to take part in a Warpless tourney at least once, and lo and behold, it was the final match. Who would have thought that would happen? Neat.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for joining. That was a good wrap up. Good comms.
Oh, yeah.
Nitty guy.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
HighFlyer, do you have any last thoughts?
Just main thank you to you guys for coming. Narfman of another successful tournament. Thank you for all the troubles. No, I had a blast. I really did. Speed gaming as usual for the restreams.
Thanks for letting me take part.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Rhakor,
Thank
any
you for-
final thoughts for you? Sorry, what was that?
Thank you for hosting this event. Words, English. Thank you for commentating.
Words are fun.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I need to do runs again. Like I PB'd twice with the tourney ROM now.
Oh man, it's a sign. It's time.
Yeah, that's a sign. That's definitely a sign.
Just need the game to cooperate, just like my struggles.
Yeah, it's not crazy. It's just the no runaway, no hands. That's like most PBs at your level, anyways.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But yeah, that's
Am
a good point to bring up. Thank you to Diesel Pilot for coming to the rescue for the restream.
Oh
It
yeah.
helped a ton.
Yeah, that it worked so spontaneously. I think no one was expecting me to be in the final. It's like, that was super weird.
I'll just blame Assemble.
Yeah, Assemble, we blame you, by the way. Shout out to Assemble for losing to me. Thank you.
Well, yeah. So Rhakor just coming off a couple of victories. GG Rhakor, that's awesome, and continuing to play now for the third match just today.
Yeah, I got second.
That's a lot
Yeah,
of button
that's
pressing.
I got second
Yeah.
place. That's nice.
Your thumbs must be on fire right now, by the way.
Oh, they were hurting before already, so like
Time to hit the ice.
I can't. I'm playing. I'm a musician. I'm playing French horn, and from how we hold the horn, the thumbs are getting all the weight of the instrument.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
And
that makes
I had
sense.
a 5-hour rehearsal before the tournament, so they were already hurting.
Oh man, that's a
Oh,
lot
GG.
of fun work right there.
Mark my GG on your thumbs.
Yeah, it's fine now. I think they are like numb, so whatever.
Dang.
Nice, good callus strats. Yeah, Midi guy, any final thoughts?
Oh well, I'm like say thanks to everyone for taking part, for Speed Gaming for putting this on, and thank you guys for letting me take part in a match a little while back as well. It was fun to. I might have been late for the party, but I made it just barely, and it was a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to play, a lot of fun to use words on. And it was fun. It was fun, and I'm looking forward to the next one, for sure.
Yeah.
Nice, sounds great. Well, yeah, I guess in closing, so this was the last match for SMB3 Warpless Tournament. This was the Challenge Cup. We also had like a Winner's Cup that the Bagler 5 won. So just extra shout outs to Bagler. GG's there for winning that. HighFlyer, GG to winning.
Thank you.
Challenge Cup. Rhakor,
GG.
excellent second. There's so many awesome matches. Thank you for everybody who jumped in and did comms, including Midi Guy, and just a whole wealth of other folks. I bet we'll do this again in a year or so, so keep your eyes peeled. Something like March, we start kind of ruminating about it and talking about it. So join the Discord, see if you can get in on it. Thank you to all the runners. Have been like just super nice and accommodating to people's schedule. Had a lot of crazy time zone stuff. A lot of that was me like, oh yeah, sure, let's, all the Europe guys and all the American guys, sure, we'll just, no problem. So folks, especially, folks with kids or, tricky work situations, thanks for being gracious and being awesome and all that stuff. Speed Gaming, thank you always. All the techs behind and the admins, and there's a lot of time there. And those guys do a lot of just great work. So thanks to y'all. And finally, thanks to the viewers like you, all of our amazing folks in the community and other Speed Gaming folks, and just whoever might have come in. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, but just both on comms and just kind of hanging out and facilitating. And everybody's just been great. Keep your eyes peeled. SMB3 Warpless 2024. Probably back to vanilla ROM, maybe Swiss style. We'll have to see. Thanks everybody again. I guess this is it. Hope y'all have a happy Sunday and a good 2023. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Bye bye.
Hey,
See ya.
take care, everybody. It was fun.